So, motor is mounted in the Jeep. It is a super tight fit. The whole transmission, engine, everything had to be pushed back 3 inches approximately to even make it fit to clear the radiator, to clear everything that we've got. I'm trying to see if I can get you a clear picture. There's the motor mounts right there, custom made mount to weld up to the frame, and the other mount here is bolted to the engine. So you can get a little bit better view of that other motor mount with some hydraulic mounts. Issues I'm running into right now, obviously before the alternator, which went here in a power steering pump, had to be moved. I'm going to have to take the power steering pump can go right here where the alternator used to go. And then the alternator is going to have to come up in this area here, which is taking away real estate quickly. I've got a boost line here, and I've got another boost line here, which is super close to the frame and the radiator and everything that goes right here. So it's pretty tight. There's really no room in between the engine and the radiator fan. So without going super crazy, I got to figure out a way to run some boost lines, where to put my intercooler. I'm doing an air to water intercooler, so I got to find a spot to put that. The one that I have for this project is probably not going to work. It's right here. It's a through. I was hoping I could stuff it in between the motor and the fan, but it's it probably ain't gonna fit. So I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different on that, but that's where we're at here. So I got to make a custom bracket. I know there's a company that makes one that brings it all up higher for the Cherokee, I believe. We're putting this motor in the Cherokee overseas, but I don't think it's going to work because I think it's going to hit on this because this washer fluid and board's not here. I mean, I can move all that. It ain't a huge issue, but the least amount of custom work I got to do, the better. But if I got to rip it out, then I got to rip it out. It ain't a huge deal breaker. But that's where we're at here. So plumbing this all in, this line almost goes straight to the radiator. But because of all the alternator and stuff we got to put here, I'm probably going to have to drop this down a little bit lower and then come up and then back into it. This is going to be super easy. This line here, just because of where it's at, and the other one's like up like this at an angle. So it's a short little run, but it's just kind of a weird loop that comes over. Not going to be difficult. Just got to go to the parts store and just kind of, I got a wire that I bent up. I don't know if I got it right here. Yeah, right here. I got a little wire that I bent up that'll take and tell me where I need to be for a hose, so I can just go to the auto parts store and just kind of match up the bends and stuff for that. But that's where we're at now. So the motor is bolted in, transmission's bolted in. This thing is inside of the Jeep. I mean, like I said, there is not a lot of real estate at all inside of here. So the only thing that's pushing me to keep this thing going is that I have the other diesel I swapped into the other Jeep. It's a 2.0 4-cylinder. And I'm running 35s on it right now, and it'll do burnouts. So it moves pretty good with that. So I'm looking forward to see the power that this thing will have in this Jeep. So, but that's where we're at here. I don't know if I can get you a close up on this or not. But yeah, it's kind of the motor mount. I mean, it's super tight in here. It's hard to get really anything good. There, see it right up on in there. Sorry about the light. Let's see if we can get that one. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see here, this drive shaft's definitely not going to work. It's too short. So like I said, I had to pull the whole transmission, transfer case, everything back. I did work on the exhaust a little bit. Nothing crazy. Just got it back out to the back. I haven't done the loop or nothing over the axle, but That's where we're at here. And I got, this is done here. This is the bolts for the transmission. They used to be inside of here. So I extended it out. Like I said, it slid back about 3 inches. So I welded this plate here on and then just gusseted it and then re-drilled all the holes for this to actually bolt in. So, I mean, it still fits in really good. I mean, no issues clearance-wise. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Drive shaft, like I said, it's going to have to be extended. I must get a longer drive shaft. And the rear drive shaft is going to have to be a shorter drive shaft. It technically is working in there, but it's like collapsed almost all the way. So, and then once it bottoms out and suspension goes all the way down, it's going to be too short. So it's going to bind. But that's where we're at here. So get kind of a look here underneath. Like I said, super tight. If you look here, this is another issue. This right here, this is full droop. And I've got the upper control arm is literally like 3.5 inches away from the AC compressor. So what I'm going to try and figure something out, either 3-link this and just cut this thing off and put a lift on this, or 4-link it and just do some custom upper links and just drop the mount down lower. I'm not really sure yet. I'm trying to figure that out later. I'm trying to get this engine operating in here first before I do all that. But once this is on its wheels, I mean, it's literally like an inch or so in between. If I hit a bump, it's going to knock the compressor. So over here, we're okay. We got plenty of room there. It's not going to hit nothing. So, I mean, I got to see, and maybe if I can make it work, instead of doing a custom 3-link, just cutting this off right here, getting a long arm travel kit and / lift, just getting rid of this all completely and using this other link here, this upper link here, using that one as my 3rd link. Because really all that's doing is keeping the axle from rotating like this. So if that would be enough, then I can just do that as a 3rd link. And I don't need, it's not 4-linked to triangulate it. That's why this bar is here, to keep the axle from shifting left and right. So I'm just not sure if that 1 bar up top is going to be enough or not, but we'll figure all that later. Like I said, I'm trying to concentrate on getting this stuff to get the engine to run. Sorry, it's a little hard to get out of this thing. But that's where we're at here. So I got, like I said, the next thing I got to do is get the bracket here, get my power steering, get my alternator, get that thing set up. And then once that's done, then I can start running everything else. I'm just racking my head because there is absolutely no room. I'm going to have to squeeze room out of this thing somewhere. So, all right, I'll let you know when I get some more updates. And yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 weeks not really doing anything. Just got done. I guess I broke my foot riding my dirt bike, so been a little too crazy, I guess. So that put me out of commission for a little bit, but I'm getting back into it and got to get this thing done. I want to start driving it. So till next time.